What's going on, guys? Your boy CJ back again with another division video. Today I'm going to be talking about my high-end build video, so without further ado, let me just get right into it. I ain't going to take all you guys' time, just going to be quick, show you guys how it works, and bang, yo. So, I'm going to my weapons real quick. Use the lightweight M4, 22% armor damage, 21k damage, deadly, vicious, destructive. You can use unforgiving, responsive if you want, but like that's subjective. You do whatever you want with the lightweight M4. I like to run crit chance, crit damage all the time on all my builds because it's a lot better than running headshot damage, especially when you're on a console. Just a lot easier, especially when you hit fire. So that's all I gotta say about that. On my secondary, I used the M700 Carbon, 144% headshot damage, 129k base damage. Prepared, destructive, elevated. Of course, you can roll out destructive because like you don't really need destructive all that much, and you don't really need to elevate all that too much either. But like it just really depends. Like they work for me, so just take that with a grain of salt. Like you can always put like toxic or cool-headed, whatever the hell you want, or you can always, you know, if you have that provident, you know, weapon, that 182 gear score, you always put that on too. But like this is what I use because it helps me with it. Within the PVE aspect of it, I do use a lot for PVE mostly, so I don't really use all that much PvP. I do have one that makes within talent, I can't remember which talent it is, but the one that allows you to blind players with headshots and shit. That's really good for PvP. Like if you just want to snipe someone real quick, have an advantage to run in while they're blind and, you know, drop them real quick. Like better than throwing a flashbang if you don't have one. But like it's really subjective. You can always put SMG down or an LMG or an assault rifle down on your secondary. It don't really matter all that much, so just whatever you want. With my sidearm, I use double barrel sawed off, 182 gear score. You can get it from the blueprint vendor this week. He's been selling it, so go ahead get it. You know, you're not gonna use it that much. Doesn't matter what the stats are on it, especially since it's 182. You're only gonna be using it so you can just put on some extra talents where you don't have to roll too much into electronics. So just keep that in mind. I have competent, adept, and sustained. Now the only reason I use are for the adept and competent. Get the extra up and damage increased by 10% and the extra critical hit chance by 7.5% for 15 seconds. Like that's really good. As I told you before, I run a crit chance, crit damage build, so that extra skill being popular, especially when I use a skill like boosted shot, because that shit all stacks together, or pulse, because that shit stacks too. It just really works out. So just keep that in mind when you looking for a secondary. You can get them from the blueprint vendor. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's like $4.99 or something. Phoenix Christ, I don't even know, man. You guys are gonna have to go and check, but like it's cheap. You can go ahead and craft it like 100 times, so go for it, man. Now with armor, I use the Barrett's bulletproof vest, 1769 stamina, 3222 armor plus 549 for my mods. Major attributes is 6k health, 1256 armor. Minor attribute increased kill XP. You're gonna, like, it don't really matter what you get on here as long as it's health and armor and, you know, the stamina or firearms, whatever you want to use there. But the minor should probably have ammo capacity, but like it don't matter that much. It's not that serious. Of course, you stamina mods and all that right there. So with the mask, use Tenacious Mask, increased damage by 10% for 10 seconds, 988 armor, 11% exotic damage resilience, which is good, especially for kids throwing nades at you and whatever, 9% enemy armor damage. That's pretty good. For my Short Bow Championship pads, 0.2% fuse time on grenades. I've made a whole video talking about this, so if you guys want to go check it out, I'll leave a link in the description or put an annotation, probably like right here or something. You guys can check it out and see what you think about it. There aren't too many knee pads that scream, oh my god, let me go get it right now. Like, it's just let me go grind the fuck out of this shit, because like there really isn't right now. So just keep that in mind. As long as you got a good roll or whatever on anything else, you could probably put it on, but the knee pads don't matter all too much because none of the knee pad talents are too good except for the Short Bow Championship pads right now. 1178 armor, 29% bleed resistance, 30% disorient resistance, 12% enemy armor damage. God roll right there, fucking amazing. As you can see, first aid, self heal, and prototype firearms mod with 271 armor. Now the backpack. Typical backpack, 1516, stamina 2208, armor 200%, firearm stamina to skill power. Is really good for any build that you run and get 200% of your firearm stamina into your skill power, and that just, it's amazing. Like you should not be running the high-end build without this. You shouldn't be running a lot of builds without this because it's just really good, especially if you're a DPS or a tank build. Like you're not gonna have a lot of skill power, so just keep that in mind. Just always, if you have a backpack laying around, go ahead and get that. I'm pretty sure there's a backpack being sold this week. I don't know what vendor it is, but like if you're trying to look for it, I think you just go watch like Skill or something made a weekly reset or whatever, vendor reset. So just go check that out real quick, and you can find where to get one. I think it's roll 1258 firearms on there, so it's actually pretty good. But I roll armor on this because it's just I need the extra armor in the health, because I have like no health at all if I didn't have this into armor, and that's real shit. So that's all I gotta say about that. It has stamina mod and improves performance for 6% first aid self heal. I do run first aid self heal on all my mods because obviously I need the extra healing. And yeah, it's really all it is. A greedy build. I don't really like. I play a lot of solo PvP. I do play in groups now these days. Like I haven't gone out of that. Oh, I'm a solo player, blah 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 type of shit. So yeah, it ain't all that serious. So you can always put something else, like I don't know, pulse critical hit chance or whatever. Like that stuff does work at the extra crit hit chance or whatever. Especially if you're running a group where you won't need all the first aid self heal. But I would only recommend doing that if you have like a dedicated healer, a tactician, or reclaimer or something like that. So keep that in mind. Now my gloves got Skull MC gloves, 948 armor, 1271 firearms, which is amazing. One side 136 assault rifle damage, 8% damage to elite, 16% critical hit damage. Now you cannot run the high end build without this. Deadass. This is the only time I'm gonna tell you cannot do something without something. Like this is just one of those, like it's a must have. I don't like saying that all the time. I don't like saying stuff are a must have, you must have this, like blah blah blah. I don't like when other YouTubers do that. I don't really want other YouTubers for doing that, but like right now I just gotta point out that like you gotta have it, man. Like, I'm sorry for being a hypocrite, but like this build really does rely on the damage increase by 60% when no gear set bonus are active. Like it's just, if you want to compete against the ALPHABRIDGE build with the uncomplicated, adding the 15% or whatever damage if there's no stability or whatever, like you need to have this if you're on the high end build. Like it's just 100% necessary. You could also, like I haven't done this, but you can do it. You can also stack this with the FAMAS if you want to run a FAMAS instead of a lightweight M4. You can do that, and you'll have 34% any weapon damage bonus, and that'd be fucking insane. But I don't do that. Like it's whatever. Like you can do that though if you don't want to stop using FAMAS for whatever reason. You want to have both. But like, so just keep that in mind as well. It's pretty good. But for the major attributes, the only thing I would recommend changing is the damage to elite. You're gonna want to have, you know, whatever you're using, like LMGs, SMG, whatever damage there, critical hit chance and critical hit damage. So you're not gonna want to damage to elite here because it's not really that serious. So the operator holster 1205, firearms 1257, stamina 1257, electronics not too good on the firearms roll there, but like, you know, it's whatever. I do have a better one. I think I'm trying to get a better armor roll on it before I actually start using it, but whatever. I have 671 armor, which is I think God roll right there. Yeah, that is God roll. Gang, what's up? First aid self heal again there. Heals 2% of max health for every 1 meter run in cover to cover combat. Now this is really good because you can always just, of course, if you're running, like if you're in a manhunt or whatever and you're getting low health, you can just hop into cover real quick, find the closest cover, the farthest cover that you can find, just press A or X if you're on console, run there, take the damage, you're gonna get all that health back real quick. Like it is very, very good. I did display this in my PvP video displaying this build, so go check that out. It just really, really works very well with this build. So, and there's also another reason why I like this. It does stack up with a talent that I use. I'm going to show you guys this right now actually, so let's get right into it. Actually, before I do that, let me show you guys the mods I use on my weapons real quick. I forgot to mention I do crit hit chance, 0.6 magazine size, 4% crit hit damage, rate of fire, critical hit damage, just optimal range, 4.5% reload speed. Now you can put accurate stability, all that stuff, because not using the FAMAS, so just keep that in mind. If you want a more stable gun, you can always put a stability mod there. I just don't, because like I don't really need it. I don't really have a mod that has a critical hit damage and then stability and something else that I really like. So that's the reason why I don't have a stability mod or accurate mod on there. So that's all it is. For suppress, I got 18% critical hit damage, 6% headshot damage, and 3% critical hit chance. Now you can always, if you're running headshot, if you're trying to spec towards headshot damage, of course put a headshot damage mod on there. I'll put them on everything, but like, of course they're all crit hit damage, all crit hit chance where I can get them. So that's why I do that. My M7 carbon, I kind of just threw whatever mods on here. Critical hit damage, 5% headshot damage, 2.5% critical hit chance, 104 magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, 5.3% rate of fire, Small grip, got critical damage, accuracy, reload speed, headshot damage, just accuracy, and critical hit chance. So that's all it is to it there. Now I'm gonna show you guys my talents real quick. What I'm using here is pulse and booster shot. Of course, with the self heal, I get a lot more than I would get without them. So that's why I use the prototype performance mods, the first aid self heal. So they work really well. You get that extra damage boost, and it's a big game changer for this build. Like I said, if you're gonna compete against the ALPHABRIDGE build in 6 talents or 9 talents, if you're using double barrel sawed off, you're gonna need to get as much damage as you can wherever you can get it from. So keep that in mind, man. Now for let me go to what I use. Oh, I was talking about skills there. Yeah, now I'm going with my talents. So right here I use critical save, precision, tactical advance, and one is none. Oh, on the move, sorry, actually. So I'm gonna get into tactical advance because a lot of people don't normally use this. They usually use the other 3 and then like one is none or whatever. But so this is complete a coverage cover move to increase weapon damage by 2% per meter covered for 5 seconds. Now the reason I use this is because it's fucking insane, and it's better than using one is none, because all that one is none does is give you the extra, the extra chance of having another bullet left in your mag. Like I ain't that serious. So now let's say you're going from here to there. Let's say an enemy there's an enemy somewhere around here. Like you just run there and you have all that damage. You see that shit, it procs. You switch your weapons, you use a double barrel sawed off to get your crit chance, all that stuff. I recommend doing that before you switch the cover, but you'll have all that active and you could just melt a nigga down. It's just so fucking good. Like, not only are you recovering your health when you go cover to cover, you're also getting a big burst damage increase. This build has a lot of burst damage because of the double barrel sawed off, the pulse, the booster shot, as well as the tactical advance, and it has a lot of stability because of that. So if you're on manhunt and niggas are chasing after you and it's like you kill them all off, there's like one guy left, you got some low health or something, all you gotta do is go cover to cover. Like, you can get really far covers too. You don't even need to go that far to get all your health back, but like, and you'll just have all that damage. You can just switch back and use. Yes, it's short, but of course this is burst damage. You can have to launch the mags at that dude and just get him down as much as possible with that talent there, because it's really good. Like, they can be really overpowered, especially if you use it from as far as you get. Like, especially in another situation like you're by yourself or something, there's like a couple guys there or whatever, and you just want to like jump them real quick, like you can use this and then get to the cover that's near them from however far you are, and you have so much damage for that 5 seconds that you start to unleash all that fucking damage into that player. So just remember that, like, it's insane. So that's all I gotta say about this build. Yo, it's really fun, man. If you like it, go ahead and leave a comment what you guys think about it. If you guys run the same build or whatever, let me know how it's been working out for you. There's obviously other variables to certain stuff in this build, but the only thing that I recommend is 100% is getting those Scald MC loves and using those talents, because they really work. So all I gotta say about that, man. It's been your boy CJ. I am out, man. Peace out, yo.